Stay tuned because Good Sports is coming up next. Kansas City Sports and Fitness is the magazine for sports fans in KC. Inside, we cover local sports and local teams, from pro to peewee and everything in between. And this month's free copy of Kansas City Sports and Fitness includes the Surplus Exchange College Sports Report. You'll find Kansas City Sports and Fitness all over KC at places like the Kansas City Ice Center. And it's free, so pick one up today. Welcome to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness magazine show. Good Sports is presented by Kansas City Chiropractic. Dr. Lynn McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic offer the care that can relieve pain and stress and improve overall health. For an appointment, call them at 816-753-4600 or visit kansascitychiropractic.com. And by the Surplus Exchange. Take a tax donation credit plus help KC students when you recycle your electronics and office furniture at the Surplus Exchange. For more information, visit surplusexchange.org or call 816-472-0444. Good Sports was recorded live on Saturday, November 23rd. Welcome to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness show. I am Steve Fish, the publisher of Kansas City Sports and Fitness magazine. Now, this show is being taped at Mafia Pizzeria, Southside, located at Metcalf and 127th, where at lunchtime you can enjoy the Mafia meal on the go. You can get a 10-inch one-topping pizza and a 20-ounce Pepsi product for just $5.99. You can add a garden salad for $1.99 and a giant cookie for just 99 cents. Now, this offer is also good at Mafia Mike's Pizza, which is located at 87th and Lackman. Now, before we get started with the show, I want to tell everyone that our current issue of KC Sports and Fitness is available free at over 700 locations. And in our current issue of KC Sports, we feature our Chiefs Report presented by Bud Light. This month, we feature stories on Dexter McCluster and the Chiefs pass rush led by Tamba Hali and Justin Houston. Now, in our hockey report presented by the Kansas City Ice Center, we write about the outdoor ice pavilion, which is now open. Plus, we feature a special insert called the Hockey Guide, which has information on all the hockey programs available at the KC Ice Center. Now, in our college football report, which is presented by the Surplus Exchange, we talk with Wildcat Ty Zimmerman, KU's Dexter McDonald, who played football at Rockhurst High School, and MU punter Christian Brinzer from Liberty. You can visit our website, kcsportspaper.com, to find a link to a list of locations where you can find our publication, Kansas City Sports and Fitness, and you can actually check out a PDF of the entire issue on our website as well. And now joining us in our show today is a friend to our show. He is Greg Pryor from the 1985 World Series Championship Kansas City Royals. He's also the owner of LifePriority.com, which is a nutritional supplement company. Now, Greg's a regular contributor to KC Sports and Fitness, and he provides information on nutritional supplements that can help each and every one of us. He writes an article in each one of our issues. Now, we're also joined by Brian Hakan, who's a sports licensing consultant. He has his own company, Hakan and Associates. Now, he's worked for companies that have printed championship T-shirts for all the major sports, including the Royals in 1985. And he brought some of the unique and interesting what could have happened type of shirts with him today, which we're going to take a look at in just a second here. Welcome to the show, Greg. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, Brian.
Thanks, Steve.
Ready for show and tell, Brian?
We're ready.
Okay, well, we're going to start right off here with it. You've done shirts for many events and championships, and you've brought some of those with us. Just fill us in, show us what you got.
Best way to start this, I think, is to remind people about, in today's world, there's this business where, the teams that are, when a team wins a championship, immediately when the victory, the last strike in a baseball game or the last tackle in a football game, the TV shows you can buy this World Series championship merchandise or this NFL Super Bowl merchandise right now. Call this number, and it's locked and loaded. It's all ready. It's on TV. Well, that wasn't always that way.
Right.
In these days, back in the 80s, we basically, had shirts after the fact. Well, we started the trend where we sold our sales reps when back to the 85 World Series. You had a number of teams that were in contention to be in the World Series. Obviously, in the American League, you had the Toronto Blue Jays and the Royals. In the American League, ended up being in the ALCS.
Right.
But before that, the Yankees were in the running with the Blue Jays, and now they sell. You can buy the tickets if you're in a contending team city beforehand. But in those days, we used to print out the shirts, too, because we had our salesmen sell if-win business. If the team won, we'd be prepared to ship it. If they lost, we'd cancel them. So these are some shirts that, don't exist anywhere else as far as I know. This is a shirt that was done, and it says, New York Yankees 1985 World Series champions. Now,
wait, we got to cut to Greg for this. Greg laughing.
Well, let me real quickly tell you that Brian and I have known each other for 2 years. We're business partners, and he's a customer of Life Priority. And I didn't know Brian in '85 when I was wearing the Royals World Series gear. I didn't know him.
Right.
And 2 years ago, I saw his name in a paper, and I decided to call him to see who he was. And now here we are showing bogus Yankee World Series merchandise. And for those people listening on the radio, sorry you can't see this, but Sure West Channel 7, you can see this. It's kind of a novelty to see the Yankees winning the '85 World Series here, but as Brian told you, his company was in charge of getting that ready to print. And Brian, you have other teams you were printing, right?
Yeah, this sample was sent to our salespeople in New York in that market,
sure.
And they showed this to the retailers, and they said, "Wow, that's cool. I'll buy X number if the Yankees win. If they don't, they don't." So the other teams that were in the running, probably the Royals fans in those days would remember this, that the Angels and the Royals were kind of fighting it out to get to the Western Championship.
Right down to the last week.
The Western Division champions. So this is a California Angels 1985 World Series champion shirt that obviously never happened, but this is an existing. It actually has the sample tag still on it. It's not, there's nothing illegal done. This was done at the time as part of the business.
See, now I had heard in this day and age that they make all these shirts and the hats and everybody's wearing all that stuff immediately when they win. But I also heard that they had to immediately ship those other shirts out to like third world countries or something like that.
Right.
Like that. Is that really what happens?
You're right, but this was not. In those days, they didn't make up the shirts to put them on the field. These were sold at retail.
Right.
So what you're talking about is absolutely the case, that when the two teams, like this year, the Red Sox and the Cardinals, they had shirts and hats printed up for both eventualities, and the losing teams are shipped offshore from what I understand in the Super Bowl, and every sport's doing it right now.
So some third world country has kids running around with Cardinals World Series championship shirts.
Exactly.
Those are collectibles. They should. It's too bad they're not connected up to eBay. They could probably sell those like crazy.
You're probably right. Okay, now on to the National League. Here we're showing a sample of if those baseball historians will remember that the Mets were eligible to possibly make it to the World Series from the National League side. So we printed up a shirt that says Mets, New York Mets, 1985 World Champions. We also, the Dodgers in the National League were the team that the Cardinals eventually beat to make it to the World Series, like the Royals beat the Blue Jays.
Sure.
And so here's a Los Angeles Dodgers 1985 World Series championship shirt. and then the one that I know a lot of people across the state would wish would have happened, but I have.
There's
the
one we all want. Yeah.
Here's the 1985 World Series Cardinals World Series championship.
If you want to make a bid on this Cardinals 85, if there's any Cardinals fans watching or listening,
I'm sure there are.
They can contact us at customer service at lifepriority.com.
So this is kind of a little treasure out of the mint here, and then we're gonna show what eventually was done. These were all, never saw the light of day until today.
Right.
This was a shirt that was actually designed and sold across the state. It was the number one selling World Series shirt because it's got the I-70 series, it's got the asphalt, it's got the banner with the Cardinals on one side and the Royals on the other side. And it was a great shirt. It was designed by a guy named David Berkeley, who was the artist at Artex at the time. Wonderful guy, and did a great job with this. This was done on a gray shirt, and then we also did it on a white shirt. This was again sold the same design, but a little different screen printing to handle the white shirt.
Right.
Show a couple of other ones. We have others, but this is now when the Royals won the World Series championship. This was one of the eventual shirts that was sold. It says World Champs, number 1, 1985, and it's got the Royals logo with arch lettering. It's on a royal blue shirt.
In addition to that, it has the Major League Baseball sticker on there as well, which says it was licensed by Major League Baseball.
Right.
That's important as well. I'm sure that there were others that were made by pirated type of things and stuff like that, but this one is the authentic, real thing.
Yeah, always wonder if memorabilia or old sports merchandise is legitimate, and this tag there certainly makes that legitimate. But Brian's connection with the company,
right?
There's nobody going to doubt what he's saying today,
right?
And then here we've got some embroidery, and again, there's the sample tag attached to it with the style number M242, and it's got direct embroidery. In those days, that was a pretty hot thing, a pretty cool thing. Now it's done,
everywhere for everything. We've only got about 3 minutes left, so we want to show this one, and then we want to jump over to the other stuff that you guys are doing. Wait a minute, we're going to go back. Show the sweater. That's actually a yellow color. The camera is kind of brightening it up a little bit, but that is a very nice sweater that would be good to wear right now.
Looks like cashmere, but it's not.
Yes, it's a popularly priced sweater, yes.
So some of the other things that you did is not only have you worked with the sports teams, but you've worked with other licensing products, and you brought those together, and that was a new and unique type of thing that actually benefited both businesses.
No, that's right. We were the exclusive licensee for Peanuts, the Snoopy character, and that would develop the beloved characters by Charles M. Schulz, who for 50 years wrote Peanuts comic strips, was the most read comic strip in the world.
Yeah.
And he did a great job of merchandising it, but he didn't do it to merchandise it. He did it because he wanted to bring love and joy to the fans, and that was really what he was all about. But it was suggested, and we came up with the idea of cross-licensing Peanuts characters with pro sports teams.
Right.
And so we did the NFL, we did NBA, we did Major League Baseball, and I brought a few samples of some of those. And the purpose of it was to Snoopy at the time was sold for kids, and they wanted it to be sold for adults. Here's a Cubs. We did Snoopy with a baseball bat and a baseball holding a bag here, and he's got the Cubs logo on it.
He's going to spring training.
Yeah, and so the idea here was that this was a way for...
Or fantasy camp.
Right, Royals Fantasy, or Cubs Fantasy Camp. And so he was... this was to get the kids who were maybe more Snoopy lovers than they were baseball lovers, little kids, to get them to be familiar with the Cubs.
Right.
Yeah. And then we did a shirt that would be more adult-oriented for the kids to get more affiliated with Snoopy, or the adults to be more affiliated with Snoopy. Here's another design where Charlie Brown is hitting the ball, and Woodstock's about to catch it in his mouth. Woodstock the bird, right?
Yeah.
And it's got the Cubs. It's got Woodstock's in a hot air balloon with the Cubs logo on it in this design.
And Charlie Brown actually connected with the ball there. That's pretty darn good. That in itself is probably a collectible.
Yep. And then there's another one with the Cubs logo. And then we did, just for the hometown fans, we have a Royals with Charlie Brown as the pitcher with the Royals logo.
So Greg, were there any pitchers that stuck their tongue out there like Charlie Brown did when they delivered the ball to you? Was that a distraction?
Mark the Bird Fidrich did some weird things.
We did the same thing for the Cubs. I mean, for the NFL, this was a Chicago Bears with the Peanuts characters with football designs, and here's one a little bit more adult-oriented with, kind of Joe Cool, the Snoopy, the
famous Joe Cool, yeah.
And we did Joe Chicago with the Bears logo on his shirt, and Woodstock sitting on the football.
Right.
So but this company, Artex Manufacturing, a lot of people didn't even know it existed. They were a division of Jostens. We were the first company to sell NBA products at retail anywhere. We were the first company to have a college license for apparel back in 1981. These sound too amazing to believe that was the first time that the colleges charged royalties for their logos, but it's a fact. And in 85 or 86, when Larry Bird joined the Celtics, is the first time that NBA merchandise was ever sold at retail stores. And our salespeople sold Jordan Marsh department stores up in New England. And those people at Jordan Marsh, Bill Marshall and Rob Millman, worked at Jordan Marsh, came up with the idea. They were hired by David Stern to go to work at NBA Properties, and they developed that program that they did in Boston and spread it to all the markets in the NBA. So we were involved in that instrumentally involved in that development of the sports licensing business in those days.
Well, that is very cool that, just that something like that happened right here in Kansas City. And you've got all these wonderful collectibles that you're hanging on to for years and years. We're going to take a quick break, but we're going to come right back and we're going to talk a little bit more. You're watching or listening to Good Sports, the KC Sports and Fitness Magazine show. We're coming to you from Mafia Pizzeria, Southside, located at 127th and Metcalf in Overland Park. I am Steve Fish. We'll be right back.
Go online and watch Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports Magazine television show. It's available on the Good Sports KC YouTube channel and features local interviews with local athletes and experts covering sports, health, and exercise topics of importance to KC fans. And be sure to pick up your copy of the new KC Sports and Fitness Magazine, featuring the Bud Light Chiefs Report, the Surplus Exchange College Sports Report, the Cargo Largo Health and Fitness Report, and the KC Ice Center Hockey Report. KC Sports Magazine is always free, so pick one up today. These days, we're all so busy, and many of us ignore our health and let stress turn into chronic pain. Dr. Lynn McIntosh of Kansas City Chiropractic can provide you with the proper care to relieve pain and stress, improve your health, and get more out of life. And right now, get a free deep tissue laser treatment with your initial visit. Just mention KC Sports when you make an appointment. For more information on Dr. McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic, call 816-753-4600 or visit kansascitychiropractic.com.
With the current trend to live a greener lifestyle, many people and businesses now recycle their electronics. At the Surplus Exchange, your e-waste will never go to a landfill or incinerator, nor will we allow e-waste to be shipped overseas. Some companies employ this tactic and end up polluting other countries with our waste. All materials are safely tracked, destroyed, or reclaimed right here in the U.S. The Surplus Exchange is Kansas City's link between industry, charity, and the environment. To find out more, visit surplusexchange.org.
The outdoor ice pavilion at the Kansas City Ice Center is now open. Come out to a public skating session on the outdoor ice pavilion or on their indoor rink. And sign up now for Learn to Skate and Learn to Play hockey classes at the Kansas City Ice Center. The KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. For more information on public skating times or to register for a camp or class, visit kcicecenter.com or call 913-441-3033. That's 913-441-3033. One of the world's top golf club fitters is right here in Kansas City. Golf MD in Lenexa has been helping KC golfers for over 15 years by offering expert service at discount prices. Visit Golf MD for all your club repairs. They do re-gripping, re-shafting, and line, loft, and shaft frequency analysis. Plus, Golf MD can fit you in your existing clubs or create custom clubs for you too. And Golf MD also offers computerized swing analysis and launch monitor testing. Visit golf-md.com or call 913-663-5050. Mafia's Meal on the Go is a great lunchtime choice. Get a 10-inch one-topping pizza and a 20-ounce drink from Mafia Mike's at 87th and Lackman and Mafia Pizzeria Southside at 127th and Metcalf. Great pizza and a great offer you can't refuse. Eagles Landing Golf Course is the place to play golf in the Southland and is by far the best golf value around. Visit eagleslandinggolfcourse.com and for tee times call 816-318-0004 and make the drive to see why Eagles Landing is the best golf value in KC. Be sure to check out the Kansas City Ice Center Winter Sports Guide inside December's Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. You'll find KC Sports Magazine at over 700 locations across Kansas City, and you can check out the issue online at kcsportspaper.com. The Army Reserve has more than 120 unique career opportunities, so you can add to your current strengths or build brand new ones. Join the Army Reserve and you'll make a difference in your life and the lives of others. Learn more at goarmy.com/reserve. For more information, contact the Greater Kansas City Company at 3720 Arrowhead Drive, Suite B. Telephone number 816-531-3818. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong, paid for by the U.S. Army. Experience a touch of the Ozarks when you tee off at Winterstone Golf Course in Independence. Visit winterstonegolf.com for daily specials and call 816-257-5755 for lessons or information on tournament hosting.
Welcome back to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show, the show that complements Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. I am Steve Fish. This show is being taped at Mafia Pizzeria, Southside, located at Metcalf on 127th, where at lunchtime you can enjoy the Mafia meal on the go. You can get a 10-inch one-topping pizza and a 20-ounce Pepsi product for just $5.99. You can add a garden salad for $1.99 and a giant cookie for just 99 cents. Now, this offer is also good at Mafia Mike's Pizza, located at 87th and Lackman. Now, in our current issue of KC Sports and Fitness, check out our U.S. Army High School Football Coach of the Week program. This month, we honor Marvin Diener from Gardner Edgerton, Sterling Edwards from Winnetonka, Mike Zagunas from Blue Valley Northwest, and Kelly Donahoe from Blue Springs. Now, you can pick up your copy of KC Sports and Fitness at over 700 locations, including right here at Mafia Pizzeria, Southside, Old Shawnee Pizza, Eagles Landing Golf Course, both Minsky's on Berry Road, and the Kansas City Ice Center. Now, in upcoming weeks on Good Sports, on December 14th, we will be back here at Mafia Pizzeria Southside, located at 127th and Metcalf. And we will be out at the Kansas City Ice Center for their Skate with Santa event, which is scheduled on the 22nd of December from 4 to 6 p.m., I believe. But check their website, kcicecenter.com, for a date and time. KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. Plus, we're working on one more event in December. So come on out and join us, and you might see yourself on TV. And now you can view Good Sports on YouTube. Search for the Good Sports KC channel. Now, we've been talking with Greg Pryor from the championship, 1985 championship Kansas City Royals. He's also the owner of Life Priority. And Brian Hakan from Hakan and Associates. He is a sports licensing consultant. We've had an opportunity to see all sorts of sports memorabilia that dates back to 1985, although he's shown us some other stuff before then. Greg, fill us in. How did you guys first connect up with each other?
Well, in another company that I'm involved with that I own is called Sportsaholic. And
Right.
I was going to a sports licensing and tailgate show in Las Vegas a year ago, last January. And right before I went, I saw Brian's name, Brian Hakan and Associates, in a periodical, and I saw he was from Overland Park, and I called him up, and we met at Scooters, had coffee there on College Boulevard in Antioch, and found out that Brian had printed all the 85 World Series merchandise. And since then, he and I have been in business together, helping people with licensing, and we can also, anybody hearing this show can contact us if they want to get licensed in collegiate or professional sports, because that's what Brian's expertise is. And then he became a Life Priority customer. So today I invited him to come on the show and share all the good news about sports and nutrition with me, and that's why Brian and I are still together here.
That is very cool. What amazing how some of those things just kind of work out. Brian, you are a consumer of the Life Priority products. Which products are you currently using?
I take the Lift and the Mind powder every morning, just like some people drink a cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee, and I don't need coffee because this gives me the lift that I need. And that I like I said, even if Greg wasn't my friend and my business partner, I would be taking this now that he introduced it to me. And then during the middle of the day when I start to drag a little bit, and normally would go get another cup of coffee or a 5-hour energy or something that I know isn't really good for me, I take 2 or 3 lift caps, which help me get through the day and with plenty of energy, and then I take other products too. Some of the supplements, I take the potassium, and I take the Sun Life, and I take the vitamins, 1 per meal every meal, and I take several other things that Greg and
the omega-3.
I take omega-3, and I take the what's that? I take
Muscle memory.
Yeah, muscle memory, and I'm actually going to start taking the glucosamine because I know that my joint decision, because I'm sort of feeling a little bit in my joints after I work out, and I think that'll be helpful.
Well, sure. Well, Greg, obviously the holidays are coming, and in fact, as people are watching this, we'll probably have passed Thanksgiving and are moving on to the Christmas and winter holidays. people are going to need that energy to keep up with things that are going on, and Lift is a good product for that. Fill us in. We've only got about a minute and a half.
Yeah,
but
there's a number of nutrients, Steve, that people need to take with their food, and vitamin D3 is another one.
Sure.
With the lack of sunlight coming into the Midwest here, research vitamin D3, viewers and listeners, about how that it's very necessary to get that in each day, and the immune system will help you stay healthy. All you have to do is feed it the right nutrients. And my wife and I, Michelle, we've been in the business since 1996, and we'll be glad to help anybody listening or viewing about things that they have questions about, because it's all different. There's not one easy answer out there on how to spend your money to stay healthy, and we'll be glad to do that for you. If it's for your muscles, for your brain, for your heart, we've got things that we think can enhance the health of every part of your body. Just give us a contact us at lifepriority.com, and then if they want to order, they can use the code for free shipping that I think we're going to mention on the show in the ads in the newspaper. So they can go ahead and do that. But get in touch with us at customer service at lifepriority.com, and we'll be glad to help you out.
And Brian, give us your phone number and how people can reach you if they have an idea.
Sure, that's great. It's Brian at Hakan.com is my email, BRIAN at HAKAN.com. My phone number is 913-269-9007, 9007. Or you can contact me through Greg, through Life Priority, or because we're partners on all these things.
Sure.
Or through Steve's site or his show. You guys can find us if you want. But Greg and I have helped people get licenses to be able to use colleges and pro logos on their products several times with several companies, and it's what we do. I have a partner that was with the NFL for 29 years, and we all partner together on these things. So
very cool.
It's a fun business. It really is.
Very cool. Well, thank you both for joining us today. That'll do it for our show. I want to thank Andy from Mafia Pizzeria Southside, of course, Greg Pryor from LifePriority.com, and licensing guru Brian Hakan for joining us. Be sure to join me, Steve Fish, again next week at the same time for Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show. You can check out some of our other shows on YouTube. All you have to do is search for the Good Sports channel. So until next week, be sure to read all about sports, health, and exercise in Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. You'll find it all over Kansas City, and it's free, so pick it up today.
Bring basketball fever to your own backyard or driveway with your very own game court from Sport Court of Kansas City. Let Sport Court come and install a basketball game court at your home. Game courts can also be installed for volleyball, racket sports, soccer, tennis, or roller hockey. So sink that basket at the buzzer and have your own Final Four at home in your backyard or driveway Sport Court. For more details, call Sport Court at 913-963-7529 or visit sportcourtkc.com. When it's trophy time or time to present an award or medal or a gift, contact Overland Park Awards. Need an idea for a trophy? We did for the Army High School Coach of the Week Award, and we found it at Overland Park Awards. Come visit their showroom at 7514 Floyd, 1 block west of Metcalf and 75th, or go online to opawards.com, or call Terry at 913-649-3635. At Overland Park Awards, they sweat the small stuff so you don't have to. Discover, shop, and win at Cargo Largo. Stop by at 35th and Nolan Road in Independence and go online at cargolargo.com. Cargo Largo, a retail store, and so much more.
Welcome to Old Shawnee Pizza and Italian Kitchen. Yep, there's nothing like the homemade taste of an Old Shawnee Pizza. Dine in or carry out. Old Shawnee Pizza with 3 locations.
Eagles Landing Golf Course is the place to play golf in the Southland and is by far the best golf value around. Visit eagleslandinggolfcourse.com, and for tee times, call 816-318-0004 and make the drive to see why Eagles Landing is the best golf value in KC.
Hi, it's the ball game co-host Greg Pryor. In 1991, I was introduced to a line of health supplements called Designer Foods that were created by a genius, Dirk Pearson and his wife, Sandy Shaw. Dirk and Sandy wrote the New York Times bestseller, Life Extension, A Practical Scientific Approach. The results that I felt on a few of their designer food formulas was so great that I formed a company, Life Priority, to offer these great formulas to everyone. One of my favorite products in Life Priority is called Lift. Lift is a powdered drink mix that you mix and drink when you have mental fatigue, and you want to feel bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I felt the results in about 30 minutes. I wish that I had Lift to use when I was an infielder in Major League Baseball for the Royals. Lift also comes in capsules called Lift Caps. See Lift and Lift Caps and all the great Life Priority products at my website, lifepriority.com. Get your personal rally going. Visit my website, get some Lift or Lift Caps today at lifepriority.com.
With your coupon from Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine, get $5 off your purchase of $15 or more of regular priced items at Mafia Mike's and Southside Mafia. Discover, shop, and win at Cargo Largo. Stop by at 35th and Nolan Road in Independence and go online at cargolargo.com. Now you can view our shows and past shows on YouTube. Search for the Good Sports KC channel.